late-night movements, vanishing people,
Holy
and shadows with no source.
See, if you were alive, you might say
These real CCTV moments are the darkest of all. So sit tight and watch. In a quiet village, the peaceful night was suddenly broken by a group of dogs barking non-stop. Curious, a local checked the CCTV placed outside his house, and what he saw was nothing ordinary. A dark, ghostly figure was passing through the area. It was just passing by, but the way the dogs barked at it, like they could clearly see it, was enough to make anyone uneasy. Maybe the barking spooked the figure because it rushed away almost immediately. What it really was, no one knows. Demonic possession. This security camera captured a truly unsettling moment, showing a man behaving bizarrely, speaking in multiple eerie voices at once. The visuals showed no clear signs of actually what happened. Was he really possessed or not? Just a creepy moment that didn't feel normal. After this video went viral, locals stated that this man was a demonic practitioner, but after this incident, he was not seen. Even his house was empty, just like he vanished into the air or under the earth. Fading figure. A strange figure appeared just after sunrise, caught by a man's Ring camera outside his home. It moved fast, like it had somewhere to be. Its feet were solid, but the rest looked like smoke drifting in human form. What's weird? People in the background showed up crystal clear, only this one didn't. Some called it a glitch, but the shadow it cast on the ground says otherwise. If that thing was never really there, why did the ground react like it was? Crawling creature. In this video, infrared lights picked up something strange late one night on an empty street. A weird-looking figure appeared on all fours, crawling slowly across the road. There were no people, no cars. Just this thing moving in a way that didn't look human at all. The way it moved had people seriously creeped out. Some say it could have been a person doing some kind of performance or prank. Others think it might be a creature caught mid-shift or something straight out of a nightmare. Well, whatever it was, that eerie crawl was enough to make anyone lock their doors a little tighter. Creepy visitor. In a quiet Mexican village, a local farm's CCTV picked up something strange. A ghostly figure appeared near the barrier, crossed into the property, and slowly transformed into a human-like shape. Not only that, it calmly walked straight into the house.
What the hell is it?
That is insane. Look, it's just disappeared.
The owner had no idea any of this had happened until much later, when he randomly checked the footage. Since then, he claims something feels off around the place. Whether it's just in his head or something real, one thing's for sure. After seeing that figure, peace doesn't come easy anymore. Midnight beside pool. This couple was sitting beside the pool when something in the sky that took their attention, and just then, his wife disappeared. As you can see, her disappearance baffles him, and he searches for her even in the pool, but found nothing. While watching the clip, one might usually miss the most important part. Just when she disappears, you can see light flickers that are left behind. Now the question comes to mind. What are those flickers? Are they signs of his wife that she was present there but somehow invisible, or something else entirely? Morning rush. Early one morning in Romania, a roadside security camera captured something you'd never expect to see in daylight. A group of ghostly figures, tall, almost humanoid in shape, moved quickly across the road as if on a mission. Their size and speed made it feel like they weren't just passing by, they were returning somewhere. Maybe heading home before sunlight fully arrived? After that day, locals kept checking the camera, hoping to spot them again, but nothing like it ever showed up again. Footage surprise. Sometimes it's worth checking your CCTV because you never know what might be lurking outside. One local in Dallas did exactly that, and what he saw left him stunned. Outside his house was a strange creature, hiding behind a trash bin as if it had snuck in quietly and was now observing the area. Its face looked terrifying, and its body resembled some kind of animal. After this, we're pretty sure he'll be reviewing footage daily. Spirit return. Early one morning at a hospital, a boy was calmly walking down a hallway until something horrifying happened. His leg was suddenly grabbed, and he was dragged across the floor with no one in sight. Terrified, he later saw the security footage, and what it showed left everyone speechless. A ghostly figure with a human shape was clearly seen pulling him. What made things worse? Some hospital staff recognized the figure. They believe it was a boy who had passed away in that very hospital just months earlier. Why he reached out like this, and what he wanted, no one knows. Shadow on street. This footage was recorded in the middle of the night that showed a bizarre ghostly figure walking past the house and then suddenly vanished into the thin air.
See, if you were alive, you might
Weird.
say you were
Then
enjoying
it just
yourself.
disappears.
At first, it looked like a person until it disappeared. The homeowner reviewed the footage again and again, but the figure never changed. No one knows who it was or why it stopped there. Just a chilling incident that left more questions than answers.
I'm not drinking coffee.
Crawling visitor. Streets in Dallas, Texas are usually calm, but not that night. A man spotted something deeply unsettling near his neighbor's house. It looked like a strange humanoid figure, with no legs. Just its head and arms were slithering across the ground at full speed. It wasn't crawling. It was gliding like something out of a nightmare. He had never seen anything like it before. The next day, he went to his neighbor, showed the CCTV footage, and asked if they knew anything. But the neighbor was just as confused. No clue what it was, or where it came from. Dark passage. Just imagine if there were no CCTV cameras. How many hidden entities would stay completely unnoticed? Like in this video from a small town in Mexico, where a dark, shadowy figure casually passes through in the middle of the night. No rush, no noise, just there. If a local had been outside, they probably wouldn't have seen a thing. Makes you wonder how many of these silent shadows might be around us too. Victorian girl. A woman named Emily shared Ring camera footage showing a child in a white dress quietly walking around her fenced yard late at night. She confirmed they don't have kids, and the entire area is gated, making it hard to explain how the child got inside. People online are sharing different opinions. While some viewers believed it could be a lost girl, others were sure it was something paranormal. Either way, the footage left everyone puzzled. Ghostly hallway. Colorado's hotel hallway turned into something straight out of a nightmare. A man was just heading back to his room when out of nowhere, a dark, ghostly figure appeared. It pushed him and began dragging him down the hallway like it had no plans of stopping. Somehow, the man managed to break free. The entire scene was captured on CCTV, and without it, no one would have believed what really happened. The hotel had to shut that hallway down. And honestly, can you blame them? Shadow family. Now I'm about to show you a family you've probably never seen before. And no, not a human or animal family, but a ghost family. In an industrial area in Indonesia, CCTV footage captured something strange. One by one, dark ghostly figures can be seen entering an old, abandoned factory, almost like they're going home. They don't seem aggressive. I don't know why, but they seem harmless. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Shapeshifter caught walking. A home security camera picked up something that's honestly hard to explain. This odd creature was crawling along the sidewalk on all fours, with movements that just didn't seem natural. It was creepy enough until it suddenly stood up and shifted into a human-like shape, like nothing even happened. The clip spread like wildfire online. Some people said it looked like a skinwalker, others called it the Rake. A few even claimed it was some kind of digital effect. But then again, who's out there crawling around in the dark just for fun? Cursed path. The old generation of this town believed that it was a cursed path in the middle of the woods, and whoever walked on it never returned. This boy didn't believe them and decided to cross it, and this happened. A blurry, shadowy figure appeared out of nowhere and knocked him down. Somehow, he ran away from it, and since that day, no one has returned to this path ever again. Shape-shifting woman. A local house owner was checking his CCTV to spot any clue about a recent theft in the neighborhood, but what he captured instead was something far stranger. A woman was seen casually walking past the house on the roadside, just like any ordinary passerby, but as she moved forward, her body slowly started to fade, vanishing bit by bit until she was completely gone. The strangest part? No one in the area recognized her, and her face didn't match anyone living nearby. Whether she knew what was happening or not is still unknown, but what's clear is this wasn't normal. Late Night Insider. This was captured inside a mall after a sudden flash of bright light triggered an alarm. Security rushed in, thinking it was a robbery in progress. Armed and ready, they found nothing. But when they checked the CCTV footage, it became clear this wasn't a break-in. It was something else entirely. The glowing figure in the footage didn't look human at all. Some viewers believed it was an angel, while others were left scratching their heads. Unseen follower. A couple was enjoying a late-night stroll through a quiet small town in Mexico, completely unaware that this peaceful walk wasn't so peaceful after all. They thought it was just the two of them, but behind them was a ghostly figure that can be seen following closely. Its size and movements gave off the eerie vibe of a child's spirit. The couple had no idea it was right there the whole time. One thing's for sure after seeing this video, they'll probably never feel fully alone on a walk again. Invisible trainer. This trainer faced something no workout could prepare him for. He suddenly started guiding someone. But when the security guard later reviewed the CCTV footage, things didn't add up. The trainer appeared to be talking to thin air. The spot he was focused on? Empty. Not a soul there. Confused, the guard even replayed the footage to show him. And that's when it hit. The man he swore was standing right there didn't exist. After that day, the weights weren't the heaviest thing in that gym. Unseen presence. A Korean cameraman was getting ready in his room when things took a sudden, strange turn. First, a bucket nearby moved on its own. Then, his reflective umbrella fell over for no clear reason. That should have been enough of a sign to leave, but he stayed. Moments later, the lights went out completely. By now, it felt confirmed something ghostly was inside that room, who clearly didn't want him there. Cell visitor. Most prisoners complain about food or cold nights, but this one kept warning the jail staff something wasn't right in his cell. He said he could feel a presence, watching him, teasing him. No one took him seriously. That is, until one heated argument led him to demand the CCTV footage be checked. What they saw left everyone stunned. A strange humanoid figure stood behind the prisoner, not attacking, just watching, like it was enjoying the fear. And then, just like that, it vanished. The prisoner was right all along, and now the entire station is left wondering, what exactly have they locked in with him? Ghost Rider. Everyone's heard of the Ghost Rider movie, but Indonesia might have just caught the real thing. A security camera recorded something straight out of a nightmare. A motorcycle speeding down the road with no one on it. No rider, no tricks, no visible wires, just a bike moving all on its own. Locals confirmed this wasn't a stunt or camera glitch. No bike can move like that unless someone's riding it, even if that someone is a ghost. Moving hose. Strange sounds coming from the bathroom led a man to check things out, but at first, everything seemed fine. Then he felt an odd presence, especially near the shower head. Suddenly, the hose began to move, not a soft wiggle, but a firm, controlled pull, as if someone invisible was holding it. The man stood frozen, watching. This clearly wasn't a water issue. It moved with purpose. Whatever was behind it didn't want to stay hidden for long. Chasing shadow. An unknown source uploaded CCTV footage that left social media completely puzzled. It shows a man casually walking, unaware that something strange is following him closely. A dark, shadowy figure that moves oddly. Online users have mixed opinions. Some believe it's a shadow chasing him, almost like it's pretending to be his own. Others argue it's just a regular shadow, but something feels off. Shadows don't move like that, not with that speed. And definitely not with that intention. Woman in white. In Sabana Larga, Dominican Republic, a street CCTV camera captured what looks like the silhouette of a woman dressed in white, walking slowly across the road, and then fading away into thin air. The figure didn't run or vanish suddenly. She just slowly disappeared, step by step. Locals believe this isn't the first time something like this has happened in the area. Some think it's the spirit of someone from the past, while others believe it's just a strange light effect or camera glitch. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. Black shadow. In a quiet parking lot, a mysterious figure was caught on camera. A shadowy shape can be seen lurking, but that's not even the strangest part. If you look closely, the blurry figure seems to be avoiding the barrier. Then, just a second later, it slides out from underneath it. Strange, right? Why would a shadow need to dodge a barrier when it should have just passed through like nothing was there? Unknown. Guessed. Gladly, no one was at home when this happened. A spooky incident got recorded on the surveillance camera when the homeowner and the child were outside at the store. The mother noticed a strange movement in the dining area when the chairs started to move on their own. At first, she thought it was nothing, but when the things moved again, she got scared. Permanent resident. After his grandmother passed away, a guy set up a camera in her house due to strange complaints of neighbors saying they see strange figure walking near the main gate. And this time, he spotted the figure himself. An eerie and bizarre figure, like that of an elderly woman, appeared walking towards the main gate. Watching this video made him realize that maybe it was his grandma reluctant to leave that house where she had spent her whole life. Amidst snowstorm. This bizarre video was captured by a military unit while conducting a routine patrol to secure and observe the area, when suddenly they heard a strange voice. At first, they thought it was nothing unusual, just the storm. But then again, this time it came as loud and growling like any animal. They stopped to check the area, and to their surprise, they found a pale humanoid figure in the middle of the deserted land covered in ice. Before they could take charge of it, that entity ran away, but left a deep mark on their souls. New tenant. A mother shared her story on the internet, how she had to move when she saw a terrifying figure inside her house. Just as she entered the room carrying her toddler, you can see an eerie figure seemingly like a woman facing the wall standing in the corner of the room.
There's another one there. Look at. What the is that?
Seeing this, she rushed outside the house with her son. After a few days, she returned thinking everything would have been normal, but things only got worse. That entity continues to appear everywhere in the house, like it was the new owner. Nonetheless, that started to make itself more evident, and she was only left with one option: to leave the house.
Oh, hell no. That's crazy.
Unseen guest. This footage comes from Cape Town, South Africa, where a local shared his CCTV recording. In the middle of the night, a strange, dark, shadowy figure appeared first outside the gate, then somehow made its way inside the house. Now, it's not too shocking that a shadow figure can pass through barriers like that. But here's the real twist. This was the only sighting, which leaves one creepy question. Could it still be inside? Doorstep horror. A quiet morning turned eerie when homeowners reviewed their doorbell footage. Standing outside was a woman, but something about her felt wrong. Her eyes glowed unnaturally in the light, something human eyes just don't do. That's when theories started flying. The way she moved, the lifeless stare, it all felt inhuman. With no backstory, no warning, and no explanation. This clip leaves behind more chills than answers. Skinwalker, or what? This eerie clip showed something nobody expected and will definitely make your skin crawl. Strange humanoid creatures leaping off the fence in a way that's not something a normal human can do. They look more like frogs, but too giant to be called. This footage creeped out many netizens, and the only possible explanation for them was skinwalkers. Strange orbs. This video was uploaded on Reddit, and it's packed with strange activity. First, some glowing orbs appear outside a house, floating around for a while. Then, several white figures start passing by outside. But that's not where it ends. Some of those figures actually jump over the fence and enter the yard. The whole scene feels off, like something straight out of a weird dream. What exactly was caught on camera? No one can say for sure. Just one more mystery that might stay a mystery forever. Mysterious woman. In a small town in Mexico, locals found themselves caught in a strange situation. Every morning, odd markings would appear outside their homes. To get to the bottom of it, they installed special CCTV cameras. That's when things got even weirder. A strange woman was captured on video doing something unusual near the houses. She looked creepy, almost like she was involved in something paranormal. Everyone quickly realized she was behind the markings. But the shocking part? No one recognized her, and she was never seen again. Glass break mystery. Something strange happened inside a British antique store, and no one can explain it. Security footage from the Barnsley Antique Center shows a glass cabinet door suddenly shattering, even though nothing was near it. No movement, no pressure, just a clean break, as if someone had purposely hit it. The video quickly spread online, with people throwing in their own theories. Some were convinced a ghostly presence was behind it, while others blamed temperature or air pressure. But honestly, watching that clip, it doesn't look like heat had anything to do with it. Shadowy orb. The video shows a translucent orb floating around a bedroom. What makes it more interesting is that the orb even casts a shadow on the floor, which completely rules out the idea that it might be just an insect on the camera lens. Many viewers online had different theories, with some suggesting it could be the ghost of a child or even a pet that once lived in the house and never truly left. Vanishing man. Ever heard of an invisible man? If not, this one's for you. A man was casually walking, just like any local would, but something about him wasn't normal. Slowly, bit by bit, he began to disappear. And eventually, he was completely gone. Where he went or who he was, no one knows. Thankfully, the CCTV caught it all. Otherwise, we'd still be clueless. Worker return. In a local factory in India, a woman worker lost her life. But exactly 1 year later, CCTV caught something unbelievable. She was back not alive, but as a ghost, this time floating slowly at the very same spot. But for who? No one knows. Since then, the factory staff has stayed on high alert. I guess she is not going to leave anytime soon. Disturbed entity. A man was convinced there was an unusual presence in his apartment. To protect himself, he began reading verses from the Bible out loud.
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
But instead of peace, something else began to stir. First, the objects placed on top of the cupboard crashed to the floor on their own. Then the entire cupboard, a heavy one, shifted by itself. Within seconds, the room's door slammed shut with force. It was clear. Something inside didn't like those verses at all. And honestly, staying in that apartment any longer? Probably not the smartest idea. Mysterious elevator. This video is truly one of the strangest out there. A woman enters the lift of an apartment building, expecting a normal ride, but something felt off. The elevator kept moving, like it was stopping at multiple floors. The creepy part? That building only has 3. It was as if the lift was traveling somewhere else entirely. Maybe to another dimension. The woman looked terrified. Finally, the lift stopped at a dark, eerie floor. She stepped out and vanished. No trace, no clue. Till today, no one knows where the lift took her or where she went. Unseen powerful force. One quiet night, something truly disturbing was captured on a room's CCTV. While the man lay fast asleep, an unseen force suddenly grabbed both his legs and yanked him across the bed with shocking power. He woke up in sheer panic, completely unaware of what had just happened. The footage clearly shows no one there, just him being dragged as if by something invisible. Since that night, he hasn't been the same. Whatever it was didn't just pull his body. It seems to have messed with his mind, too. Storeroom shadow. Strange noises from the storeroom had become too frequent to ignore, so the guy decided to place a camera to find out what was going on. But what the footage showed left him shocked. A dark, shadowy figure appeared, its glowing red eyes staring straight ahead. Even more terrifying, the figure began to grow, slowly getting bigger and bigger, as if some otherworldly force was taking form. That was the moment he realized staying in that place any longer probably wasn't the smartest idea. Turnstile trouble. This clip comes from a metro station in Romania, where the turnstiles began moving in a really strange way. Something you wouldn't expect at all. It didn't seem like a normal malfunction. It felt like something else entirely, as if some invisible force was messing with them, controlling every move. But what that force was remains a total mystery. No one could explain it. Was it paranormal? Just a weird glitch? We don't know. What do you think was going on here? Let me know below. Dragged in sleep. What this patient went through is something no one should ever have to face. While he was asleep, his body was suddenly dragged across the bed by what seemed like a powerful unseen force. Thankfully, he managed to break free, and a staff member arrived just in time. Later, the hospital's CCTV footage was shared online. Some viewers were convinced it was a ghost, while others said it was just a sleep-induced hallucination. Personally, I don't buy the second theory. The way it happened, it looked too real to be just a dream. Haunted tire. In a quiet rural area of Peru, a worker was casually relaxing outside a local tire shop when something strange happened. 2 large tires, placed firmly on the ground, suddenly rolled out of their spot, completely on their own. They didn't just fall or wobble. They smoothly moved toward the road, as if someone invisible was guiding them. There was no one around. No wind. No reason. No one could explain how those tires moved. And to this day, it remains a complete mystery. Manchester Poltergeist. One of the most talked about CCTV clips surfaced from Manchester's Castlefield house on November 1st, 2012. Security staff were monitoring the office building late at night when they noticed strange activity on the cameras. In the footage, chairs slide across the floor. Blinds shake violently, and papers scatter without any visible force. The incidents were caught on multiple cameras, confirming it wasn't a glitch or trick of the light. Since then, it's been labeled one of the clearest poltergeist captures on record. Balloons mystery. This guy was fully focused on his work until something happened that he couldn't just ignore. Balloons in the room slowly started drifting toward the door, like someone was gently pulling them from outside. One by one, they floated out, almost completely gone, until the man casually noticed and brought them back inside. But curiosity got the better of him, so he reviewed the CCTV footage later. What he saw left him frozen. There was no one outside, yet the balloons were clearly being pulled by something. It wasn't just weird, it was scary. But the question is, what pulled them?